Press up. I'm so glad to see you. Up, 2, and 3. Good. Catch your fingers. Lift up, up. Inhale. Go over a little bit. Good, Shireen. That was it. Over and inhale. And exhale over. Terrific. And then we're going to grab a dynaband. You can grab a dynaband that is about medium to heavy, or medium, excuse me, medium. And then take your arms. We'll start with an overhead pull down. Exhale, and we'll lift up our heels. Keep going. I'm going to adjust some clothing and pull down. Now, both things at the same time if you can. If you need to let go of one of the cues, then concentrate on the upper body. Good morning. Hello. Good morning. And both heels are going to lift. And see, what we'll do is try to keep all of the toes equally weighted. So if you feel like your foot wants to roll out, put your conscious attention there, and each toe has equal weight. If anything, the big toe and the second toe have more. So you're not letting your foot supinate out. All right, take 2 more. 1 more. And then let the band be at your upper back. Now your palms face up. You're going to palms up. I like to catch extra part, and we're going to do a little pattern. We're going to go out with 1 pattern. We're going to go forward with 1. Now out with 1 pattern and forward. That's the pattern. Once the arms start to feel like you got it, we're going to go back to the calf raise, and you're going to see I'm going to try to add just a moment of balance at the top. All the toes have weight, so it's a little bit of a balance. Your knees are long, 180. They're not hyperextended though, they're just exactly long. Exhale through the nose if you can. Inhale through the nose. And you're very tall, so ear in line with the shoulder from the side. Woo. Trying to do that momentary balance on the heel raise. Verifying, confirming that you're equally weighted in the toes, not supinating on the pinky toe. Woo. All right, try 4 more total. Gotta grab that better. All right, here we go. 4, oops. 3. Good, keep the breath. 2 patterns. 1. Nice job, really good job. Now we're gonna warm up the biceps. Take your palms facing forward. 1 heel, if it's 1 heel, make sure it's even. Now you can have 2 heels if your band doesn't feel like enough tension. You can put 2 feet in the middle. Your shoulders are down the back. Your wrists are neutral. And a variation would be, if this doesn't serve you, to turn your hand more like a hammer curl. For example, if you have a dynaband versus an elastic tubing. With the elastic tubing, that palm up grip is usually a little more comfortable on the joints. Want your joints to feel good. Now we're doing 10 more, and you can also think lowering with control. Going up is the workout, but so is going down. 13, good. Knees soft. 14, 15, 16, and you're tall. 17, 18, woo, good, 2 more. 19, and 20, really good. Take that off for just a moment, shake it out. We're gonna grab I'm gonna grab a slightly lighter band. You may like to do the same and put your heel on that band so that you can go out like a T and just barely slightly ahead of your body. So you can see the arm, you're not letting it drift behind you. You're working in a scapular plane. You're going to about shoulder height. No need to go higher for our purposes. And the ribs are over the pelvis. They're not shifting you're toned here in the abdominal area to stay ring over ring, clavicle, rib, pelvis. Good, I like it. And then we're gonna add that for the last 5, add that reminder that you are controlling the band down. You're not just letting the band yank you back down. 2 more. Good, I like that. 1 more. Now we're gonna switch it up. Other heel, other hand. It's okay if you have to adjust. Sometimes you just have to adjust. The first ones you're trying to guess roughly where would be a level place. Where's a good intensity? Your wrist is long. You've got some tone in here. Good. Now we'll add the breath. Breathe in and breathe out through the nose, longer and fuller than you would normally during your day. We'll use this chance to get that breath full. A full breath, breathing in through your nose, filling up is really good for the pelvic floor as well. You don't have to add any pelvic floor cues. Just know that when you're doing that full breath, it is good for the pelvic floor and the nervous system. Good, full breath. Good. 2 more. And 1 more. Yep, you're back. Nice. All right, we're gonna do an informal let it go, and let's grab a sip. Grab a sip. My water's over here. All right. And then grab your band to the front. This is going to be a front raise, 1 heel on. Now forward, if you need to adjust, go for it. I'm going to move over a little. Okay, so the band is about shoulder height. Your knees are soft but long. You're not leaning back. It's tempting to lean back on this one, so you've got a little ab tone right here at the ribs. Your wrist is neutral. Good. And now this is 10, so we're going to be adding that cue. Focus on the return as well. So you're doing the controlling it down, not the band slapping you back. Good. You're getting a workout on the way up. 5 more. All right, we're going to let this one go. We're going to step on the other. I hope you're feeling your shoulders, and go forward and check the first few. So I can tell it's a little tight. I'm going to move over. When it feels like you can go to about shoulder height, but it's a little effort, that's your place. Now I'm going to make sure we're tall. Good. The wrist is neutral. You're not cocking your wrist to make the band go higher or lower. Knees soft. Now you're working the shoulder, that was 10, but not the neck. So check your neck. There may be a little stability muscle training going on, but you're not feeling it grip or stressed. Neck is easy. We're going to focus on returning it just as much as the lift. Eccentric just as much as the concentric. Nice job. Now let that go for a minute, and I'm going to have for us just an informal knocking on the door of life. Just get it, even if you want to shake your hands and your neck releases, let everything go. And then grab a sip, and we're going to grab some hand weights that let us do some lateral raise. So I'm going to guess anywhere from 3 to 6 pounds. Grab a sip. And 3 to 6 pounds. So your hand weights, and again, if you don't have hand weights, you can use a dynaband like we just did. You can also use water bottles or something like cans of soup. You can use what you have, detergent in your hands. 6, 7. Now I'm going to go through some cues, knees soft. 8. One little cue I like to also make sure of is the arms are lifting the same. Sometimes I notice my left arm doesn't give the same effort as my right. So I'm trying to make sure, we're trying to make sure. I'm looking at you guys and I see good things. Your hands are in your scapular plane, meaning you can just see them peripherally. They're not drifting behind your back. Now we're going to focus on the deceleration. So I'm actually going to go a little slower on the down. So slow it on the down. Yeah, you're gonna notice a different, slower on the down. Good. And up, and then slower on the down. Good, you got it. Nice, Michelle. 2, breathe in. Both legs have 50% of your weight. Now release that, and we're gonna take a stretch. This one's gonna be 2 things at once, actually 3 things. If you care to do a little balance, you can. And then the stretch is cow face, and breathe in. All right, we're gonna shoot for 10, 2, breathe in fully. Good tree, Karen, see how leg you're, and Betty, your leg's been getting higher. 5, 4, 3, 2. Now take your time. If you just got into it, we're gonna do the other side. One-legged balance. One cue with that is a glute med strengthener. And that's an easy muscle in our day and age to get amnesia in. So we're firing it each day. We have class, we get that glute med. One trick is not letting the hip abduct. So keeping the hip in towards the midline. Be tall, jawline parallel to the floor. Jawline is also perpendicular to the chest. Breathe in fully. And then I'm gonna make it a challenge to move our hands and then move our legs. Really good. All right, grab a sip if you want. We're gonna be doing some bicep curls. And bicep curls you'll be a little bit stronger with because we're bending the elbow so it's a shorter lever. You might try 4 to 8 pounds, 4 to 10 pounds, somewhere in there. So a little heavier than the other ones. Now I'm gonna offer hammer just because we offered the supinated one earlier. But what always trumps my cue is your body wellness. So if one of these positions is better for your joints, then take that one. So this is called this one's called hammer. Good. There's a brachioradialis involvement in this one. And so if you're hurting in any joint, you can try the supinated or vice versa. So knee soft. Breath full. Yep, there you go. Way to go. And also you can always change your weight. I love it. All right, we have 10 more, and I'm gonna do that little concentric normally, but eccentric, I'm gonna slow it down. So concentric normal, eccentric, I'm gonna slow it down. Good, as long as you can keep your form, meaning shoulders down the back, knees soft, body tall, but what we're doing is working the negative. Good. Have you ever walked down a hill and your quads were sore, like walk down a long mountain and your quads were sore the next day? That was eccentrically working the muscle. Or if you've ever run down a hill, that's the quad working eccentrically. All right, take 2 more, but we're doing that work the negative. Up, work the negative. Good. And I like how you're staying tall. It is tempting to kind of change your torso, but you really want the work to come from the lowering. All right, we're gonna let that go, guys. And you can take a prayer pose front or a prayer pose back. So I'll show you the back. Now, you can stay here or leave your left leg down and lift up your right leg behind you. Now it's a balance, glute medius strengthener. You can also keep going to where your body can go, maybe parallel, maybe just diagonal. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Shift your weight back. Keep your hands either prayer pose front or prayer pose back. Here we go. Lift up your leg and then challenge yourself. Maybe you can lift higher. Maybe you can keep opening the shoulders. Lengthen both knees. Left hip steers down if you can. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Inhale. And then exhale to slowly come up. Great. Shake it out. Grab a sip. Looking good. We're going to do an overhead press, which will probably be a lighter weight. So 3 to 8 pounds, somewhere in there. You can take your hand weights as if there's a shelf, like there's this easy resting spot. Knees soft, push up. Good, 3 to 10 pounds, I'd say. Good, and then test the waters. If you need to do a lighter weight, even during the exercise, just put those down and grab the other one. You're making sure your body doesn't lean back so it doesn't feel unstable. You've got your abs on. Good, inhale. Now for the last 10, we're gonna just barely slow down that eccentric. So you're just lowering with a little bit of control, lowering with a little bit of slow down purpose. There's a little shelf. Neck is soft. If it's not, or neck is not tense, I should say, but if it is, if it's starting to compensate, you can always grab a lighter weight. Work it. Breathe in through your nose. Breathe out through your nose. I like the exhale on that hard part. Take 2 more. There's your abs helping you not wiggle in your spine. And then lower. You got it. Take it down. Really good. Interlace the fingers at the low back. And if you can, lift up a knee, hip flexor height, or 90 degrees for the hip flexor. Without leaning back, extend. Point your toes. 5, 4, deep hip flexor. 3, 2, bend the knee, lower it. Good, stay here with the arms. Now shift the weight, knee up 90 degrees. And that may be all you do. Try to keep your torso upright, deep hip flexor. Here we go, extend and point. It's hard, isn't it? Whoa, keep going even though I'm gonna fall. 3, 2, bend, lower. Woo, let it go. Nice, those calisthenics without any hand weights are sometimes harder than the hand weights, aren't they? 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're gonna take a heavier weight. So I'd say 8 to 12 if you have that. Just take what you got. In fact, I have a 15 I'll use. And you're gonna put one hand only on one weight. So only grab one of those heavier weights. I have it in the right hand, left foot forward, left hand on the thigh. Look at my spine and notice how it's like a line or a table. It's not perpendicular to the floor, it's just in a long line. Now start a lawnmower by pulling up. This is a 1-arm row. I'm gonna turn so I can see you without turning my neck and you can see a different angle. We are gonna do the other side in a moment, but just do the 1-arm row. You may have seen this done on a bench as well, with your hand and your knee on the bench. Good, that's it. And you notice you needed a heavier weight because you can do it. Good, that's it. Bend the elbow up past your rib. Yeah, so it's not a bicep curl, it's a row. All right, yeah, there you go. Long, 3, but when you put your arm long, it doesn't disturb your back. 2. Now, when we change, you're gonna stand up, give your back a rest, then switch your hand. Now, I've got it in the left hand, the right foot's forward. I'm in a hinge, I'm in a long line. Now, it's like a diagonal, and then you bend your elbow like you're starting a lawnmower. Although, when I start my lawnmower, I have to do like a little bit more oomph. This is a controlled pull. And 6. Now we'll add the breath. Breathe, exhale out. When you pull the arm up, I'm gonna change. Good, your back's not a tortoise shell, it's a long line. So you could put a long yardstick from your head down to your sacrum. Good, you've got your belly pulled in, you're not rounded, you are long. 5, good, everyone looks good. 4, yep. 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Now I'm gonna have us get that close. You can grab a sip. We're gonna meet on the floor to do some chest press. You're always welcome, but I'm gonna have us go down in a squat, a functional squat. Good, that's it, great, I can see you. And then add the hands if you'd like. So the idea is that you're getting on the ground without using your hands. I'm gonna have us come up once and then go back down. And Betty, you don't need to change your camera again because I'm going to have us stay down. I just want to do one of these. You got it, no hands. All right, now we're on the ground. If you need a sip, grab it. We're going to be lying down and doing a chest press with hand weights that are heavier. So kind of like that bent over row. I'd say 5 to 10 pounds. Now, feet on the floor will help. If you feel like your neck kind of crooks up here, get a little padding and put it under your head. I'm going to do put the elbows in close to the ribs on this one, and then push up. I'm going to offer it, I should say. And then bend your elbows. They end up beside your ribs, and then you push up. Now, your ribs are on the mat. Your breathing is continuous. The exhale does help you push that up and get your abs engaged. I'm going to take a look. Good, you got it. Another modification or option would be that if you just prefer to do push-ups, you can do that. All right, I like it. Bend and straighten. You're never hyperextending. Good. 5 more. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Now take the weights out, and I'm going to have us come up with your abs. You can come up any way you want, but if you'd like to take an controlled explosive teaser, you can. And come up. Woo! And 5, 4. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Now grab your heaviest band and put it around your feet that are stretched out in front of you. And you're going to cross the rope. So again, if you have trouble sitting with your spine upright, no problem. Just fold a mat or fold a little pillow will work. Something that gets your hips elevated. A yoga block will work, actually, a foam roller. So if you cannot sit up straight, it's okay. Just grab something so that you can sit up straight so you don't feel rounded with the spine behind you. So we're working with our joints healthily placed. All right, this could be a palm up grip or it can be a neutral grip. Neutral is when the thumb and the first finger are facing up. Palm up is supinated, like there's a cup of soup in your hand. So see what feels comfortable for your joints. Pull, row. This is like that bent over row, but I wanted to give us 2 of these because the back's so important. You notice the front body muscles are pretty bulky by nature. Because we use them all the time. Our eyes are forward, everything's forward. So what we're doing is biasing these back muscles. They're so important to keep our spine upright. And when you can keep upright, you have better energy because you're not collapsing over the lungs. That means better mood. All right, take 1 set of 10 rotations. So right, but then go into left. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, get rid of that. Grab your lighter weight band, So a medium will be fine. Cross it over the feet. Put your elbows close. This is external rotation. This is the unsung hero of shoulder health. You notice it's small muscles on the back of the shoulder. If you're ever in a gym setting, you never hear people brag about how much external rotation they can do. They brag about like chest presses, squats, overhead press, but nobody talks about these muscles. And guess what we need for the best shoulder health ever? These little muscles. So this is our therapeutic prehab rehab exercise, keeping your wrist neutral. And 3, 2. All right, guys, let go of that, and we're going to sneak in a plank, and we're going to sneak in for your abs and sneak in a posture for your upper back. So I know it's not a hand weight or a band, but we're going to do it anyway because it's a good core strengthener. Here we go, 10, just to make sure we've got those muscles. If you want more, do an isometric plank where you pull your elbows to your toes and your toes to your elbow. 5, 4, 3, 2. Now lower your pelvis and take your hands beside your hips and lift up your back, lift up your legs. 5. Now either stay here or put your hands on the floor and come up to swan. 5. And then come to seated. You're doing great. Thanks for boogieing with me. Arms out and add a rotation. Now we did a rotational exercise earlier. Now we're just doing a little extra stretch. So you may feel like you can get further. Open up the arms. Exhale, and I use whatever I can. So my hand's on my knee, one hand's on the floor. I'm just using that as an assist. Bring in all the good and wellness and squeeze out all the tension. Now up and over. I'm going to show the hand on the opposite knee, but you can certainly put your hand down here. I just want you to find what works for you to get the goal. The goal is the lateral flexion, the KRA. The key result area is the lateral flexion. Take an inhale. Now this hand that's in the air can go to the opposite knee, or you can just put it down beside you. I want you to take care of you. Oh, that looks, yeah, I love the wrist rolls too. That's so good. Good, Michelle. Yep. And then one hand back and one hand back. So it's a, I'm going to turn so you can see me. It's a rack. I'm just going to do it with my legs crossed. Either way is fine. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then bring yourself back and just kind of notice how you feel. Tall and aligned, radiant and vibrant. We'll take a hand to the heart and another to the heart, and today I intend to look for all the ways that I can feel good. I'll notice the flowers more vibrantly, the birds I see, the mountains, the fresh air, the fact that my body's working, my brain's healthy. I'll look for anything I can to attract more wellness and to appreciate it to my fullest. With so much appreciation, thank you guys.